one of the challenges in this whole IP and patent oriented thinking is really the fact that as an academician, it is not just IIT, but if I really look at national institutes of importance, if I really were to call it, and India churns out close to about 24,000 PhDs, right? While US, probably when I looked at the number, it's about 64,000. Okay, so you almost have the three times the number of PhDs that probably US churns out, right? So if you want to cross pollinate this culture in at least the top 171 institutes that are of national importance, how do you cross pollinate this culture across these institutes?
Again, a very interesting question, and I think the answer lies to creating more clusters. And we have some clusters. We've got a Bangalore biocluster, we've got a Pune biocluster, we are making a Mumbai sort of biocluster. When I talk about clusters, and there is one in Faridabad as well. So there are clusters which have been made, bringing together institutes having different expertise. So there's a technology institute, there's a medical institute, there is a science institute, and there is probably a pharma institute, or a basic science, or a translational, or a smaller engineering college. But all these are part of that one cluster. The moment you make more of these clusters, imagine you have one in the eastern India. There is a Bhubaneswar biocluster, there is of course a Hyderabad biocluster. So there are many of these already existing in India. Maybe we'll have to replicate that model. Maybe we'll have to bring more institutes together, but not more than 10 is what I say. I've always seen that it's very difficult to work with more than 5 institutes at the same time. If I can limit it, I would limit it to 5. But the moment you limit it to 5, you will probably have to build like 50, or 20 or 30 or 40 such clusters in the country. Maybe have one cluster in every state. If we can do that, one biocluster which looks after 5, 6, 7 top institutes in that state, you bring the expertise of these clusters together, you bring them together, you bring the best practices together, and that is something going to be very useful. And you bring the best people together. Once you do that, believe me when I say this, getting from 24,000 PhDs to 80,000, and the Prime Minister has just mentioned that over the next 5 years we'll be funding 100,000 sort of PhDs. And I think that's going to happen in this country. We will see that increase in number, because more and more people are now moving towards working together in teams. And as you said, interdisciplinary is the way forward. Clusters are one of the ways we can do it. If we can actually replicate this model across every state in this country, I think India will be number one in no time.